Thoughts originate in the complex interactions between billions of neurons in the brain. These neurons communicate through electrical and chemical signals, creating intricate patterns that represent thoughts, memories, and ideas. Wait, what controls the electrical and chemical signals that create those patterns? If the brain is the instrument, who's playing it? Thought isn't owned, it flows. Like a flame lighting another, each moment of awareness gives rise to the next. There's continuity, but no controller. Something doesn't add up. That's what we were told. But let's really examine where thoughts come from. Because if thought was only chemical, why can an emotion shift the entire body? Why can two people feel the same truth at the same time, miles apart? Because consciousness connects beyond physical space. Thought operates on a vibrational level, not just a biological one. What science calls waves, awareness experiences as resonance. And why does silence speak louder than logic? Because silence doesn't explain, it reveals. In stillness, awareness remembers itself. The origin of thought is awareness, not noise, not logic, but the quiet space that holds both. Before a thought ever forms, before a word is heard inside your mind, there is silence. But even that silence is not empty. It's alive, humming with unseen movement, waiting for consciousness to give it shape. From that field, a spark stirs. And from that spark, thought is born. Most people believe thoughts are theirs, private, original, self-made. But if thought were truly personal, we'd control when it comes and when it leaves. We don't have control. It moves through us like current through wire, powered by something unseen. But what if the mind isn't a factory? What if it's a receiver? A signal tower translating frequencies from realms you cannot see. Every idea, every impulse, every fear could be an echo, not of you, but of what you've tuned into. The mind exists between two forces, one flowing from awareness, the other from illusion. Both speak, but only one remembers truth. And most of humanity, still asleep, confuses the noise for the message. You think because you've been trained to, not awakened to. Look around. We live in a world that monetizes distraction, programs desire, and calls it freedom. The system doesn't have to imprison the body. It only has to claim your attention. Every headline, every algorithm, every fear is another hand on the dial of your mind, shaping what you perceive as your own thought. Control no longer needs chains. It lives in suggestion. Because the mind doesn't obey commands, it responds to conditions. Change the signal and you change the stream, but thought isn't the enemy. Identification is. When awareness forgets its source, it becomes thought. When awareness remembers, thought becomes creation. This is why the awakened never fear their mind. They master it by seeing through it. The real battle isn't between good and evil. It's between noise and knowing. The mind can be both gate and guardian. To transcend it, you must recognize that not all thoughts come from light. Some are remnants, vibrations cast by forces that feed on confusion, on separation, on sleep. They are not demons in the old sense, but distortions of awareness. In truth, they are thought forms, residue of the past still vibrating in the present. And every time you react without observing, you nourish them. But every time you pause, witness, and remember, you dissolve them. Control begins to fade the moment you realize no one owns your consciousness. Not the systems, not the past, not even the self you think you are. Because that self, the one narrating, doubting, striving, is only the echo of thought reflecting itself. You are not the echo. You are the awareness hearing it. So where do thoughts truly come from? They rise from the same field that births stars, filtered through the density of memory, fear, and form. Some carry light, some carry programming. Your freedom begins when you start to discern the difference. Awakening is not about silencing thought, it's about remembering what hears it. When you observe without reaction, the spell breaks. The voice in your head loses power because you no longer confuse it with who you are. And the moment you realize you are not your thoughts, but the witness behind them, you begin to see through the illusion of control. No one can manipulate what has awakened to itself. So the next time a thought enters your mind, ask, did this arise from awareness or from conditioning, from truth or from fear? Because every thought is an invitation to remember or to repeat. The body may die, but the current continues, awareness flowing into new form, new memory, new thought. Nothing is lost, only transformed. And every moment of remembrance ripples outward, returning you to what you have always been. You are not a machine of thought. You are the consciousness that animates it. The thought is temporary, the awareness eternal. If something in you stirred, don't ignore it. You're not alone. We go deeper here. Like, share and drop your thoughts below. Let's follow the evidence into the unknown together. If your mind paused, even for a second, that's awareness waking up. Don't just scroll, remember. Subscribe and let's keep uncovering what's been hidden. Be a stringer, investigate, research, remember the truth, like, share, subscribe. See you in the next episode.